Room of Requirement, as we found out in Harry Potter and Order of the Phoenix, is a unique room that appears to students who have a particular need of it.
So, say you really needed the toilet.
Charming, Ronald.
For this reason, the Room of Requirement has been a setting for a number of secret acts at Hogwarts. For example, Neville discovered it as the perfect meeting place for Dumbledore's army in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
And in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Draco realised it was the ultimate hiding place for forbidden objects, including a certain vanishing cabinet, which he used to sneak Death Eaters into the castle.
As it turns out, Voldemort hid his own secret object in the Room of Requirement, as Harry now discovers.
You knew it was me. You didn't say anything.
Come on, Draco.
Let's pause for a moment here. In this scene, Harry questions where Draco's true loyalties lie. Of course, in the early films, Draco was always eager to bully Harry and his friends.
No one asked your opinion, you filthy little mudblood.
He even helped Professor Umbridge punish Harry and his friends for forming Dumbledore's army in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
Caught this one trying to help the Weasley girl.
But when the Dark Lord chose him for the truly evil task of killing Dumbledore in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Draco struggled with his decision. And in the end, he could not go through with it.
Do it! Go on, Draco! No!
No.
Then, in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, Draco passed up the opportunity to turn Harry over to Voldemort, despite his father's urging.
I can't be sure.
Draco, if we are the ones to hand Potter over to the Dark Lord, everything will be forgiven. All will be as it was, you understand?
Is it possible that Draco has slowly been turning to the good side? At this point, it's still unclear.
Easy.
This is the sequence where Harry goes to the Room of Requirements to try and find the diadem. This space itself had to be modified from the previous film because it wasn't going to be big enough to basically allow us to create the scale and size of fire that we wanted for the sequence. So we can see it's a much bigger space. It was multiplied 4 times in scale as a set that allowed us to then extend it in depth and height with our CG model. The fire itself has got various different creatures, and David was very keen that they didn't look like big solid animated characters that actually were just covered in fire. He really wanted them to look like they were actually being made from the fire. So we developed the idea that this fire moved like a wave of water, and as it crashes into the different stacks of objects, it forms these creatures which then dissipate as soon as they formed. So you'll see several moments in the film where Harry's being chased and Ron's being chased, where the fire crashes into a pile and out of that leaps a lion or bursts a dragon.
In the Room of Requirement, Harry must decide whether or not to save Draco's life. J.K. Rowling writes, "Harry, let's get out! Let's get out!" bellowed Ron, though it was impossible to see where the door was through the black smoke. And then Harry heard a thin, piteous human scream from amidst the terrible commotion. The thunder of devouring flame. "It's too dangerous!" Ron yelled, but Harry wheeled in the air, his glasses giving his eyes some small protection from the smoke. He raked the firestorm below, seeking a sign of life, a limb or a face that was not yet charred like wood. And he saw them. Malfoy with his arms around the unconscious Goyle, the pair of them perched on a fragile tower of charred desks. And Harry dived. Malfoy saw him coming and raised one arm, but even as Harry grasped it, he knew at once that it was no good. Goyle was too heavy, and Malfoy's hand, covered in sweat, slid instantly out of Harry's. "If we die for them, I'll kill you, Harry!" roared Ron's voice. And as a great flaming chimera bore down upon them, he and Hermione dragged Goyle onto their broom and rose, rolling and pitching into the air. Once more as Malfoy clambered up behind Harry. "The door! Get to the door! The door!" screamed Malfoy in Harry's ear. And Harry sped up, following Ron, Hermione and Goyle through the billowing black smoke, hardly able to breathe.
Harry!